What exactly is it that every nail technician needs to be successful in the salon? Do they all need the same thing? Is it a little bit different? Is it products? Is it a little bit of grit? We're going to cover this topic right now on the Biz Talk. All right, Trace.
Can we start with the tea thing?
The tea thing?
Yeah.
I can't drink coffee right now, and I am extremely depressed about it because my tummy hurts. My stomach hurts, as you know. I was in a lot of pain like 2 weeks ago because my coffee consumption reached levels that some would call crazy. So
All would call
crazy. Yes. So my stomach rebelled and said, stop it. So I'm drinking green tea right now. I'm probably going to be able to go back on coffee, but I got to tone it down, man. I got to tone it down. You need to tone it down. Tone it down, Trace.
You don't do anything tone down.
I know. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Not even this
issues.
Show right now, which is why I'm going to tone it up with what is it that nail techs need? What do they need to ensure a successful career in the salon? This is a broad ass question.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Just casting a net out there.
Like I might as well just ask you, Tracy, why? Not even like following it up with anything in detail.
Why? What?
Exactly. So like there's so many different directions to go here. Let's start with this. Well, give me your answer first. What's the first thing that comes to your head when I ask you, like, what is it that nail techs need to be successful in the salon?
Patience.
A lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Yeah. Why specifically patience? Like, what are you seeing? You obviously talk to a lot of nail technicians out there, and previously your role at Young Nails was director of education. So you were really kind of dialed in that area. But what is it that you see? Why patience?
Well, if you're first starting out, you're going to need patience while you build, because it's a process. It's a long process. It
is.
And you have to pay your dues, as we always say. And then once you do have a clientele, you need patience to deal with your clientele.
Yeah, okay. This is interesting.
True. Yeah.
No, it is. But your clients pay your bills.
Oh, we love our clients.
Okay.
Love our clients.
Okay.
It's just you're talking all day. You're doing that. I mean, there's a lot of things going on,
right.
and you don't even realize it until you get in the car. And I bet you 99% of the techs out there are agreeing with me. We'll see. They can comment.
Yep.
You get in the car and you don't even realize how drained you were until you get in the car. And then you're just like, oh my Lord, that just sucked the life out of me, which in a positive, good way, because I just made a lot of money.
Well, so that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Like, this is your career.
Yeah.
Your career is clients, building clients.
Yep.
Customers, like you're in, we always talk about this, right? You're in the service business.
Customer service, which requires patience.
It requires patience for sure. And it requires you to be on. You got to be on. Yeah, exactly.
Talking and
right.
And you love it while you're doing it. It's just you get in that car and you're like, whoa, like what just happened?
Which is very interesting because it's I love that answer then. Like patience, because it's not for everybody, right? Yeah. The nail business is definitely not for everybody.
Oh, you gotta love it because it does drain you, and the next day you're like, let's do this again.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's a fun career.
Well, what about it is fun? Like I want to. I know that sounds horrible.
Just casting that net again.
Well, what I mean is this: like, I want to understand. Because you've tried to show me how to do nails, right? You and Greg have like tried, and I'm just like I'm learning how to polish nails right now.
Which you're doing good.
Thank you. It's hard though. It's really hard. Doing acrylic and gel and enhancements is a whole nother level. So what is there has to be a level of like satisfaction when you're putting nails on your clients. What exactly is fun about it? I'm just really curious. Like when you say it's fun, what do you mean?
I don't know. You get to go to work, you show up to a job that you enjoy. That's huge.
But what about it do you enjoy?
And then you get in and you get to the people around you. You're usually surrounded with people that you like, hopefully. You're doing creative things and you're enjoying that. You're making something. It's really cool when someone comes in and you transform their hands, really,
Right.
not just their fingers, their hands. That's fun.
Yeah.
And you get to, you do build a relationship with your clients. You get to hear about their life, their kids. I mean, they're people, the clients I had from their kid was in grade school and then they're graduating and getting jobs. I mean, it's enjoyable. Training. Yeah. Patience.
Sure.
Fun.
Right. Well, it's like anything, when you put your heart and soul into it, you're going to get drained, right? It's just part of it, which that totally makes sense.
Creative process.
Yeah.
And you're making something. You're building really something every client.
What I like in the last 2 years, being heavily involved in sort of the front part of the business now, social media, doing, having conversations with you like this, really getting into the nail part. I previously was only in the business part, right? But when someone, like I do this all the time when we shoot, right? Tracey does a set of nails and then I'm like, whoa, and then she'll cut them short and I'm like, no, you can't have short nails. They need to be long, sculpted, because it really does transform. It's
very opinionated when it comes to my nails. It's a little disturbing.
It's a little weird.
But you're like, why'd you do that?
But
I wanted short nails.
I know, but it's just because it does really truly transform. And the other thing that I've realized with nails that's pretty amazing. I know we're kind of taking a little detour here, but I just want to say this. It is like the finishing touch on a look. Mm-hmm. And I think you used to say this to me. You're like, you can go out in sweats and you can kind of, go cash, but if your nails are glossy and on point, oh my God, you look good.
Transforms your personality. You'll never know this feeling. There's
excuse me.
Yeah.
I actually do know the feeling now.
That's true.
As a matter of fact.
But you don't even have them all done.
No, I know that. But even on a small level, I understand where when I put a color on and I'm vibing with it, I'm like, oh.
It changes your personality.
It 100% does.
You have an attitude at that point.
I already have an attitude.
We need to work on that. But you do. You're like, you get your nails done, and I can literally have my hair in a bun, no makeup, sweats on, and I look down and I feel empowered.
Good. Yeah. That's awesome.
And if you can give that to people, that's great.
So I love patience. Okay, let's get back on topic here. Patience, I think that's actually crucial for any area, but in the service business, it is probably number one because you are dealing with people, building a clientele, and it's hard.
You're dealing with your schedule. You're dealing with their schedule. And sometimes we're having bad days, and our tendency is to want to snap. I've done it to a client before. That
you snapped on a client?
Just didn't even really deserve it,
Wait a second.
But that's where the patience has to come in. You really have to think about your answers and what you're going to say, because you can really destroy your business with your client if you don't have patience.
I really want to hear about this. You snapping on your client.
It was one of those days.
Wait, did you scream?
No, I was just very short and blunt, and she didn't deserve it.
Okay.
And
did you apologize?
Yes, I did.
Good.
But I've heard other nail techs say the same thing, mentors, and it's just like, you feel horrible.
Yeah, of course.
So patience.
Okay. What about, I think that's a good, solid, overall,
foundation.
You better walk in with some patience in this career. Or you're not, even as a seasoned tech, you obviously still need to exercise patience. But let's talk about product setup. Not even our products necessarily, maybe a few, because I know there's a couple that you absolutely need. But let's just overall talk about systems. What is necessary in terms of product for a nail professional to have a successful career? What do they need?
We get this question a lot, and because there's a lot of different items out there. So I always say there is the need, want, and then there's just, I really want.
Extras.
I want 37 different rhinestones. That's
Right.
not a need. So I really think that you need to, whether you get into gel or acrylic, maybe you want to focus on one product at first. I truly believe that eventually you need to do both.
You need everything, yeah.
That way you can provide for your customer no matter what their needs are, because
Right.
their hands dictate what they should have. But you need an enhancement system. You need to get the training and figure that out. You need polish, definitely. I truly don't even think, I think gel polish is also essential nowadays. It's
a staple.
It
Yeah.
is. When I first started, it wasn't even out
Right,
yet.
right, exactly.
And when it first came out, I'm like, Now I couldn't imagine going in the salon without it.
Of course.
Polish, I think I said already, of course, because you got toes, you got natural nails, you got all that.
I was going to say, some would maybe argue, well, what do I need polish if I have gel polish? But toes, you're right. It's going to last on the toes.
Yep.
And like to put gel polish on the toes is like trying to get that off would be
Yeah,
insane.
I mean, I've done it. We used to do a lot of rock star toes in my salon, but the polish has come so far.
What are rockstar toes for people that don't know?
Rock star toes were pretty much gel and glitter on the toes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Super bling.
really blinged out.
Yeah.
Which you just couldn't get that look with like a polish. But polish for everyday toes, I wouldn't imagine putting anything else but polish on.
So start, like, if you're all the extra stuff, like for nail techs that are getting into business and they just want to go nail art, right? Because that would seem,
it's the exciting part.
of course, that's the exciting part. But really, it's like you got to get your acrylic foundation
Basics.
either one of them, right?
Back to
Acrylic or
basics.
gel.
Yep.
And then start to build off of that.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and buy every single part of a system. And we know there's a lot of products because we were just living in our warehouse for the last week. Our team reorging our entire warehouse because we just got a new platform system, inventory software system. And we have a lot of SKUs.
We've got a lot of
We have a
items.
lot of SKUs.
And that's the thing. So you say gel polish. What does that mean? That doesn't mean 60 gel polishes you have to have
Right.
on your shelf. Really focused on maybe 12 at first to get the ask other nail techs, look at Instagram to see what colors people tend to go towards most, and then build off of that. Same thing with polish. You
Right.
don't have to have 100 different polishes on your shelf.
Right.
But you gotta focus a little.
Yeah, I like even, what Tracy is saying. You can go on IG, like we say this all the time. You can go onto our Instagram and see what colors are kind of trending, see what's getting a lot of activity. Obviously still we know like nudes, pinks, your beiges, all these solid with maybe one accent nail is just
It's
beautiful
foundation,
look. It's a great. You don't have to go crazy on the nail art,
Yeah, and then bring in your seasonal colors as you go, and then you're slowly building. You're not killing yourself at one time.
Right.
Even when you start getting into glitters, you got to realize that 12 glitters isn't just 12 glitters.
Right.
You're going to be able to make much, much more glitters off of that.
Right.
So
what about in my little journey right now in nail polish and doing these little videos that I'm doing, what I realize, and I think is really essential for nail professionals, is a real true education in understanding color and design and like getting tuned into what's going on in the fashion world. Now, to me, it was like, I was never interested in this ever. And then obviously starting to do videos and watching you guys, I got this little like flame, this little like fire of like, dude, I want to learn about color. Color is such a mystery to me.
it's really weird. Like you just all of a sudden, it's been building, but you really truly have this love for color.
I absolutely do. And now even into fashion, because it's been such a mystery to me, that's the thing. It's a mystery to me and I want to learn about it because I'm curious. I'm genuinely just a curious individual, at heart. So I think that is huge, right? I think you can, if you're basically, your client walks in the door and you're seeing skin tone or you're looking at a style and you're able to say, I like this for you. I like this for you. Here's some options. Here's color combos. Like, for example, Dawn in the UK, one of our mentors, she does phenomenal color combinations.
Her combos are good.
Natalie Cohen out of Sweden does so simple, but beautiful.
Yeah.
How important do you think that is?
Big impact. I think it's crucial.
Yeah.
Because this is where the time that we're living in, you know, it's not just one color.
Yeah.
Or one color in a glitter. They want that whole kind of flow, a piece of art, really.
Right.
And color combination can be difficult for some people.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
But I don't know why people don't just go on there. I think they think that might be a little cheating. Who cares?
Like just seeing what's out there and just doing it.
Yeah, just do
I
it.
agree with you.
Just
you should do it.
copy it straight out. Just you like it.
Yeah. Do it. It's a good way to get a feel, because that's what I was like, honestly, I'm like, I have no idea what goes with, and then I'm watching you and I'm seeing what you do, and then I'm obviously on Instagram and social so much. You start to see these blends of what goes. That's the starting process of learning. So
even like pinks, every pink don't go with another pink.
Right.
There's different hues,
so many shades,
and so you can't just grab a pink and go. It's gonna go with this pink. It just
No, that's awesome. So let's recap. I think we've covered some really solid topics. Look, if you're going to get into the nail business, or if you're in the nail business, patience is essential. Like, if you're feeling frustrated with clients or you're trying to build a clientele, know that you've got to be patient. On the product tip, don't go crazy. Pick out, decide you're going to go acrylic or gel. Start there. Start with the basics. Build into your product. The one thing I would say is, though, you better get protein bond. That you need.
As far as the big equipment, because those can cost like the light and the e-file.
Yeah.
I truly recommend that you get an electrophile right off the gate.
Right.
And get training with it. I know it's a big purchase, but get yourself a good one. Get the training, because it was really hard for me after 6 years of hand filing to go into electric filing.
Right.
It saved my wrists. I had carpal tunnel in both wrists. So fortunately I did learn it, but it was really hard
that makes sense.
to make that switch. So if you do it right out of the gate, you're fine. LEDs or your lights, ideally you have two, but you don't have to start that way.
Sure,
just
start
get
with one. Yeah,
you can cross over. I just don't like to do the whole crossover or wait.
But when you can afford it, get another one, right?
Get another one. So I think those are the two probably bigger items that are essential.
I love it. That's perfect. And then finally, no matter what level nail professional you are, get your color game stronger. If you're not dialed into color, start learning. Start going onto YouTube. Look at what other artists are doing, seeing what you like, what you don't like, and then start to kind of dial into fashion. I think that is super, super important. That's a good way to get started. And with that, I just want to say thank you for joining us this week. We'll see you next week on the Biz Talk.